So this is just for bikers in the UK in particular. I really fully recommend this book, Bikers Britain second edition. It's just full of routes all over the country. So England, Wales, Scotland. Don't think they have any for Ireland. But it's very clearly laid out, like each route with really good directions. You can buy the GPX data from the website. It's like £1 a route. But honestly, there's no point in doing that. I might do a video on how I get a route like this onto my phone and navigating. But I'll probably do that some other time. So I tend to put ticks on the routes I've done. I've not done that many. But today I'm going to do one. Let me see. Yeah, so Fenland, TT, Huntingdon, Rutland. That's a really nice route. I can never pronounce that place. Towcester, Towcester. I don't know. I know there's a way of saying it properly. Evesham Loop is one of my favourites. That's really nice. So if you want, you can just pause the video and make a note of the directions. There's a freebie for you. Today I'm gonna do, where is it? It's up in, it's not Peak District. Let me just find it. Here we go. So I'm gonna do Norwich North Circuit, and the directions, considering how big the route is, you would think there'll be more directions, but around there, like, one road will take you a really long way. So that's how it looks, and this video is just going to be a short review of this route. Annoyingly, I still can't film while I'm riding because GoPros are too expensive and they overheat. Drift cameras, well, you've seen all my old videos on drift. I won't touch them again. So yeah, I don't really know if anyone can recommend a good helmet camera which has external mic support. I'm all ears, like, so I can vlog, record some of my rides, or even just a good camera without external mic input, because I can always record the audio separately and then sync it up in a video editor. But anyway, it's getting off topic. So yeah, this is the route I'll be doing. So it will take about an hour 50 just to get to the start point. And here's the bike once again. I've not even cleaned it like since I did at the start of the season, really. I did take the saddlebags off just to clean them up a bit. And I also dyed this seat because I had some dye left over. I may as well. Got the Comfort Air seat, which is an absolute game changer. I've spoke about that loads. So yeah, as for the helmet, I've now been riding with it for about 12 to 14 hours, and I will say it's got significantly more comfortable in that time. I'd say it took about a solid 12 hours before the cheek pads started to loosen up, and I did have some tension across the forehead as well, but that's loosened up as well. So yeah, if you have this helmet, or any new helmet really, and you feel like it's too tight, you've really just got to grin and bear it and let it bed in. Because even the foam, like the protective foam behind the liner, that's going to morph to your head shape to an extent as well. And when you add in like face, sweat and stuff absorbing into the foam, it's going to loosen it off. Foam degrades, it doesn't matter what foam it is, or except maybe memory foam. But maybe even that does over time. But generally speaking, foam does degrade and lose its sponginess. So yeah. And about the comms unit, I had a solid about 12 hours or so before it started warning me that the battery was low, and then it takes about an hour to fully charge, so I really can't moan at that. I think in my previous video I mistakenly said that you get 80 hours of music. I think what I actually meant was 80 hours on standby. I think that's right. I'll have to pull up the advert. But yeah. But yeah, with this, I've since switched to Alpine. Is it Alpine Stars or something? They're earplugs. They're high protection. I think they do like mid and high protection earplugs. And since I've been using them, everything is much louder. Like music's much louder, and yet at the same time, it's able to significantly drop the decibels from wind and engine noise. So it kind of filters out the damaging sounds, but still allows you to hear other cars around you, pedestrians even, music and directions. So yeah, I will say if you have helmet speakers, it really does matter what earplugs you use. It makes a massive difference. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. And the helmet, as I said, is still bedding in, but it's a lot more tolerable now than when I first got it. And I can tell in the cheeks, like I can actually bite my teeth together now without chewing on the inside of my cheek, whereas before that was impossible. So definitely beds in. You just got to persevere with it. Anyway, I'm gonna get on the road and I'll stop periodically for a rest and fuel and stuff, and just give my thoughts on the route as we go. So it's now 1 o'clock and I've been riding pretty much non-stop since 9:15, and I'm starting to get a bit of pain in my cheeks and arse pain, which is to be expected. So I've just stopped for a bit. Some absolutely beautiful roads, just going along the coast of Norfolk now, like Hunstanton kind of area. The bike is riding really well. One thing I did notice when I was getting fuel is my new screen has a crack in it there, which is a bit of a piss take. Had a Memphis shade screen for like 5 years, no issues, and then I get this Puig screen and it's cracked. I've not touched it since I installed it. That must have been the wind that did that somehow. So I'm gonna have to see if I can get a refund on it or an exchange from the seller, but it's been about 6 weeks, so we'll see. Apart from that, everything's absolutely mint. I get about 160, 170 miles to a tank, which last time I checked was about 50 to 55 mpg. And yeah, all good. I wish I could record some of the riding, but as I said earlier, no dash cam or anything, so no helmet cam. The helmet itself is bedding in really nicely. I can wear it for much longer without pain. It still gets a bit uncomfortable after like 3 hours or so, so I'll give it some more time. And my lower back is starting to ache. Well, not so much the lower back, more my arse. So good thing about this Comfort Air seat cushion is you can add or remove air to it, and what that will do is it will change the pressure point on your sitting bones, so it will change where that pressure point is. I'm gonna take a little bit of air out just so that pressure point changes. I'll show you how easy that is. Just undo that and do it a bit more. There you go. Push a little bit of air out, probably something like that, and then if I get discomfort later I'll just add more air to it. Very easy. So yeah, I'm gonna carry on. So 1 o'clock now. The rest of the route will take another hour, and then about 2 hours to get home, so good thing I brought a drink. I got back like 5 minutes ago, so it's now 5:10 and I set off at about 9:10, so that's like a solid 8 hours of riding. Filled up the tank, I think it was 3 times in total, and covered, it must have been at least 300 miles. That's about the most I would want to do in one day. I'm absolutely knackered. That last hour was painful. The bike's good. It's a good touring bike. The seat's comfortable. The screen is good, apart from that crack, which I need to sort out. I need to fix this as well because it's not gripping properly. So that for that whole journey, I didn't have any throttle lock. so I'll sort that out. That said, I am going to sell the bike definitely next year. Well, not definitely. This time next year, I'm either going to get a second bike, something with quite a lot more power, or depends on my finances, or I might sell this and then get another bike. But this is great in every way. I just I feel like I'm outgrowing it a little bit. Like I just want a bit more power, especially also the gearing. Like it needs a sixth gear. Like cruising at like 80 miles an hour, it's quite vibratey. It will do it, but it's quite vibratey. And yeah, taller gearing would really help. So I've been looking at the Triumph Speedmaster 1200. I might get that, or one of the other Triumphs, like the T120, or the what's the other one? Speed Twin. That's it. Which like the Speedmaster is a cruiser as well, but it's quite a lot lighter than this and more manoeuvrable. So yeah, this is a bit of a snail in the motorbike world, but I still love it. Sounds great, it looks great, it's comfortable. But yeah, I do think it's time I just got something with a little more power is all. So I'll do some research, and yeah, that's about it really. But yeah, I'll fully recommend that book I showed earlier. I'll leave a link in the description so you can buy a copy. The route was really good. Not my favourite route, but it was really fun. There's loads of sweeping bends and seaside views and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely pick it up if you're a motorbiker in England or Wales or Scotland. I think I paid, I don't know, about a tenner or something for it. It's just full of so many different fun rides. So yeah, that's it for today.